It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football?
We can hardly wait for the start of this one.
And it's coming up next on Madden Football.
This is a city that's hosted more Super Bowls than almost anybody else. And, oh yeah, Brock, they've won a couple of their own along the way, too. We're in the home of the Buccaneers, Tampa, Florida, and Raymond James Stadium. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're off and running from Raymond James. Bucky Irving now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the Buccaneers, ready for their opening drive. They're brought out by former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
There's just certain quarterbacks, the way they run on the field. You just say their name and just some adjectives and attributes pop up right away. For Baker Mayfield, scrappy, tough, a will to win. I'm not surprised at all to see himself back in the starting role. Not surprised at all to see him flourish. The dude is mentally tough, he's mentally strong, and he typically makes the most of his opportunities.
Off the play fake, here's Mayfield. Catch made by Bucky Irving. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. But anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, those are welcome bonus yards.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. They send the tight end in motion. Going with Irving here. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game. Not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
They send one of the tight ends in motion right. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Completed over the middle. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Now it's Irving. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Minkah Fitzpatrick in on the stop. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Right side, hauled in by Godwin. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. So now here's 3rd and 5. Mayfield thrown out of the pistol. Throwing the out route complete. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
As a quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
Mayfield on 1st and 10. Complete to his man, Sterling Shepard. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play.
Now here's a spot where the timing's got to be absolutely perfect, Kate, between the quarterback and the receiver. That throw is made before that receiver's ever thinking of coming out of his cut. Too early, it's incomplete. Too late, and it's headed the other way.
Irvin here from the gun. And he's brought down for a loss. We've finished one quarter in what's still a scoreless game. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They've been moving it well, but face a 3rd down here. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
On 4th down, the Buccaneers trying to put 3 on the board with Chase McLaughlin. It'll be 51 yards from the left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Fielded at the 7. And look at this return. They'll take over at the 39-yard line. Nice return there. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. And leading them out, someone playing at a high level over a decade after entering the league. He's got a Super Bowl to his name. It's Russell Wilson.
Well, even though it took over an entire quarter for him to finally get on the field, he does get to head out there with a chance to give his team an immediate lead. And you almost expected, Kate, for him to do that. With how much time he's had on the sideline to prepare, to get his guys focused for their chance as it's finally arrived.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set 1st and 10. Warren quick on the draw. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of reaction time you want when you face a draw play. They broke on it shortly after the draw started, and they contained it to a minimal gain.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They'll go again with Warren. Jukes out a 1-stop. And finally, they're able to bring him to the ground. 7 yards on the run. That sets up an easily attainable 3rd and 1.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
Wilson throwing 3rd and 1. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And that leaves them with a decision to make on 4th and short. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
So the Buccaneer offense getting out there for their 2nd drive. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Escapes the pocket. He's running with it. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 36. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, I get it. Fans will measure a running back's merit by touchdowns, yards, the fantasy football world we live in. But as coaches and teammates, Kate, they want something a little bit more. They want to see plays like that, a guy who will always get the short yards in a critical spot like that.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Tight end in motion left. 1st down, here's Baker. Finds him over the middle. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Baker out of the pistol. Got his target, it's Otten. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st and 10, it's Mayfield. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire 1st half. They drop him behind the line.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Baker now. This one finds Irving. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Mayfield set to pass. Can't find anyone open, and he's forced to throw it away.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or 2, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
The Buccaneers out and into punt formation. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his 1st time out. And, oh, just a hair too much on that kick. The punt lands in the end zone. This one's coming out to the 20. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense for their 2nd drive of the game. With the time remaining, we'll see if they can get this into field goal range before halftime. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Blitz coming, Russ. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner And really importantly is a check down outlet on short throws.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Snared by his running back, it's Najee Harris. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Trying an inside give to Warren. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. That timeout taken by the Buccaneers, and that's their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Cameron Johnston on the punt. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And they're going to take over possession. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Now here's Mayfield. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing again is Baker. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
Well, we've hit halftime here in Tampa, and the Buccaneers toting a nice lead into the locker room. Now we'll keep it in-state, but send you a couple hours away to our buddy in Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit, but first, time for our EA Sports halftime reports. If you missed the first half, there's not much to get you caught up on. Just the lone field goal accounting for the entirety of the scoring. A 3-0 game to this point, as both defenses have been strong so far.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Cordarrelle Patterson now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. We'll see the Steeler offense first this half as they're headed out now. Their defense has really kept them in this game. Now it's time for this offense to start putting up some points. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That's just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that's pretty well done too, creating the space for a solid pickup.
2nd and 3 now. Russ now from the gun. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest and gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
On the carry, this is Najee Harris. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. Wilson now off the play action. Got Washington, it's complete. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Levante David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Wilson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
They'll bring out the punter here. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. No return on that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's the give to Irving. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Baker now from the gun. Complete out to the right. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. That's a pickup of 9. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down. Mayfield now from the gun. Hauled in by Godwin. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Given 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
Just how many times do we see teams go to this route? You can go to a Little League field, tell them to, hey, run to the post. It's a playbook staple. And he's someone you could depend on to create space and make catches out of it.
First and 10. Here's Mayfield. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
I think we're seeing why this defense likes him in coverage. He reacts so well to throws and is even more adept in breaking up those passes.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Motioning one of the tight ends. 2nd down, Mayfield to pass. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball, right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
They just get the play off. It's incomplete. Risky throw to the sideline. They're lucky that defender didn't keep on going down the sideline there. It's going to be second down. They'll run this with Irving. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Motion man is the tight end here, going left. 3rd and short, Mayfield. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They're set up at the 35 now. Handoff headed right, Irving. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They send the tight end in motion left. 2nd and 10 now. That pass complete to Irving. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Back to throw it. We've got a screen to the running back. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Tampa. Buccaneers holding on to a field goal lead. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They give to Irving, left side. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Once again, Irving. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now we get another stoppage here, just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. A touchdown would put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with 1st and goal. Right back to Irving now. Has the Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers make it a 9-point advantage. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this two-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Buccaneers make it a 10-point ball game. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
First down, here's Russ. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
Wilson now from the gun. And the coverage is too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had two choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
Now to throw. Trying to push it deep downfield. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. What a play on fourth down. They get the first after a gain of 27.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
And he'll be out of bounds right along the 20. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's a Steelers first down.
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
Throwing again. Here's Wilson. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down. Ross is cooking again. Warren's got it. Complete. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, These little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining.
Well, that's when you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. Throwing now. And that's a touchdown. Great catch there, and with almost no time left, well, Brock, they're going to need a miracle, but it is still possible. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
And now for the point after, and crucially to bring things within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the fourth. So with hardly any game left, they have time for this kick and maybe a couple plays. And the Bucs are able to get to this kick, and now they're just a few moments from victory.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on first down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out. Now with 8 seconds remaining in the game, they're going to burn their final timeout. A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's a win for the Buccaneers. And it still shows up as a victory for them, Brock, whether they score 50 or they have a rough day putting points on the board. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Buccaneers winners, as with that, we sign off from Tampa.